Welcome to the documentary version of Cocklebiddy Cave, a must-see destination when transversing across this great country of Australia. Along the famous straight stretch of the air highway, so easy it can be to miss this interesting opportunity by driving straight past the unmarked turnoff. The track to the cave can be found at the back of the car park siding, 11 kilometres west of the Cocklebiddy Roadhouse. If you see the CY10 sign, you've just missed it. If travelling from the east, there is no warning. But that's really cool how they've done that, and they've blocked it off from the sunset as the sun doesn't fade it. That's a lot of effort and money to do this. This was not here the last time I was here, and I'm really impressed with what they've done here. Sorry about the wind, but I'm really impressed with that. That is so cool to illustrate it. It's exactly in my mind I envisage what it looks like, because I've been studying it for decades. All the trips that they did down here. There's articles I've got in Time magazine about the first trip that they did, 6 kilometres through the tunnels. I've been fascinated by it ever since I saw it. And the amazing part is what you're seeing here, like the entrance. Okay, so we're here, but this whole tunnel continues right to the ocean. You understand, it doesn't stop, it continues on under. We just don't have access to it. There's no opening that leads to it, but the cave's under the ground, literally underneath our feet right here. So even though the cave is, you can see like that's the opening to the cave, but that's just because this section of earth has collapsed in on the tunnel underneath. But the actual cave would continue under the ground, right under where we're standing. And then continue on right through to the ocean, which is like I described where I showed you the blowhole, how the air comes through from the ocean under the ground. We're going to talk more about this in other episodes, about how the colour of this dirt. You notice the colour of this dirt? This is an important factor. You'll see it in the ocean, and even in Google Earth. I'll talk about this later. Bits of this ocean gets washed through the ground out to the ocean, and fresh water makes it to the ocean. And you know it's fresh water because of the colour of the dirt. If you see the red staining, this is in the ocean. You see like that orangey staining in the ocean underneath the water. There's fresh water there because it's come from here. And what the early settler sailors would do was they would trick the passengers, because they would tell them that if you drink seawater, you'll go mad. And they knew where there were these patches in the water where fresh water came out. So one of the guys would he'd chuck a bucket of water, drink some of the ocean water from that point, because he knew it was fresh, because it's coming in from the land, from places like this. And then he would start acting like he was going crazy, you know, just faking it while the rest of the crew's just laughing their heads off. And of course all the passengers are just freaking out. Anyway, that was just the sort of things that people did for entertainment back then. The Cocklebiddy is just one of many, many, many tunnels. This is just one of many. This just happens to be exposed so that mankind can get into it. But these tunnels, there's lots and lots and lots of them that feed through to the ocean. Just not all of them have an opening that's accessible by man. And yeah, we'll talk about this later, but this is amazing. I absolutely love this spot. This is a cool place. If you're crossing the Nullarbor, do it. If you've got a dry weather, if it's not been raining, you can do it. Drive nice and slow. It's only 10 k's to go really, really slow. Just avoid the rocks. Even in a combi van, man, you can make it out here. If it's been raining, okay, don't do it. But if it's dry weather, you can do it. It looks like it's creeping this way. I'm trying to work out, am I about to get hammered with this or not? I don't know. It's a beautiful sound. Sound of a waterfall. Out here in the desert is a rare thing, you don't often get to hear. It looks like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like they've got the chocolate river in the, you know the bit I mean, with the Oompa Loompas. I'm sure you can just picture that with there's a bit more water rushing down a bit faster. I like how you can see the layers in the rock through the ground that would be everywhere around here, that you just get to see a sandwich slice of the area around you. And actually, of course, the cave is where the limestone is the weakest and is eroded. Obviously, this is a lot tougher rock, and then it gets down to the weakest point and erodes that, and that's where you get the tunnel at the height that it is, because that would be the most dissolvable. And it runs like a river out to the ocean. In truth, I have been in this cave, but it was back in 1997 before this, before the entrance collapsed. What it was is all this section at the front here, you could actually clamber your way down, but this front section just, you know, just collapsed and just fell through. Even the bit that I'm standing on right now could still possibly collapse, especially after a good rain. Amazing. Down in there, I had a torch, and obviously, and I got to a point where I was about to take a step, and suddenly I noticed the reflection of the torch was on the ceiling. It was on the roof of the cave. And as I wiggled around, like it doubled up, because you can see everything down there with the one torch. Anyway, I thought, what's going on there? And I noticed that as I moved it back and forwards, it would disappear and then go away. And I realized that it was reflecting off the surface of the water. But the water was so clear that I couldn't see it. I was about to put my foot down, thinking that it was just a plain rock, like what you see right in front of you. You literally is so clear, I couldn't tell. And it was thankful to the reflection on the roof with the torch that I picked up. Hang on. And that's when I dropped a pebble in there. Whoa. And then I realized even the depth of it, because your torchlight just shines right through and just lights it all up. And it looks amazing. It really is an awesome cave, one of my favorites. But sadly, you can't go down there anymore, mainly just because of this entrance. You can actually see it. It actually looks quite fresh, all that rubble on the ground that's lit up there. That's, you know, you can sort of see that it's been disturbed just in the recent years. What is coming out of the woodwork? Or getting it on. Having a snail party. Not a very fast-paced party then. Stable cliff edge, yeah, of course. I love these illustrations. Check that out. That's so cool. If you have found this video helpful in any way, by subscribing and clicking the bell symbol will assist you in receiving more like this. Other videos granting interesting historical facts and stories, with a special documentary still yet to come. Thank you for watching, and have a safe and enjoyable journey.